Football season is over, and on behalf of everyone at WagerTalk, we want to say thank you for the continued trust you put in our team of handicappers. Our ongoing success relies on the loyalty and support of customers like you. As a way to say thanks, from February 8th through the 14th, we're running a Customer Appreciation Week, and all daily pick packages at WagerTalk.com will be discounted to $9. And yes, of course, that includes any 5% best bets, normally priced at $40. Once again, thank you for your business and trust in the WagerTalk family.
All right, let's do this, people. It is now Tuesday, February the 9th. Welcome in. It is another edition of the NBA Tip-Off Show, powered by WagerTalk.com. Great card in the association here tonight. 4 games of which we're going to break down for you, and we're going to talk a little Sixers and maybe one of the hottest teams in the West, dare I say the Sacramento Kings. You got Celtics taking on the Jazz, Knicks here in my neck of the woods, taking on the Miami Heat, and the Rockets back in action here tonight, taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. And we've got 3 of the very best here to break it down for you. And it starts with our main man, Ski Prophet, in the house. Here, also in the middle here today, welcome back, Tony Mahia is here, ready to rock and roll. And then whoever this is. So let's talk. Oh, that's Steve Merrill. That's right. That's 2 R's and 1 L. How can we forget Stevie? I'm no longer in the middle. Merrill there. All right, guys. First of all, let me start with you, Ski. Hell of a night. It's been a hell of a run for you in the association between Eurohoops, the NBA, what you got going on. It is Customer Appreciation Week as well at Wager Talk. Packages available and up for $9 all week long. So what do you got going on here for the folks at Wager Talk?
Yeah, I've been pretty high volume a little bit lately since we had some more games in the NBA and EuroLeague, like you said. But today, I know I have an NBA 2-pack, and then I have an NBA best bet up for customer appreciation, $9. And over the last 30 days, I've been the number 1 capper, 101 and 75 plus 32.78 units. So looking to keep it going.
Slacker. That's it. Should be 200. God damn it, if you ask me. What's going on, Tony Mahia? Welcome in, brother, man. It's been a week since we've seen you. How you been doing in the NBA on the hardwood, and what do you got going on for customer appreciation?
I've got lots of picks.
Yeah, what hell? Yeah, first thing I got to do is turn your mic up. So go ahead. There you go. Now you got it. Okay, you're good.
Hello, all. I was the number 1 capper in February until Super Bowl Sunday hit, so that was short-lived. And in the NBA, I'm on a 15-4 totals run. Totals have been really good in college and pro. Really has been the saving grace. Total, I think it's 15-7, 31-16 extended run. Although those numbers don't illustrate my one play yesterday, which was Denver and Milwaukee, which failed. So I guess it'd be 15-8, but pretty good. We're going well now, and hopefully we'll start hitting the groove. With only basketball to concentrate on now.
It's going to be awesome. It's a great night tonight. Welcome in Steve Merrill, 2 R's, 1 L. Stevie, what's going on? You got your MC Hammer jacket you're repping here today. So what's going on, brother, man?
Just wait till the end of the show, Joe. You'll find out what's going on, as you always do. And nothing wrong with having Tony Mahia in the middle. There's no R's or L's, so let's put Tony in the middle for a little while. I'm fine with that. But, hey, it's going well. Won again in college basketball last night. Now 39-14 this season. I know it's an NBA show, but I got to mention that because I do have 1 college basketball and 1 NBA best bet, both going tonight for the $9 appreciation. And by the way, NBA's been pretty good. It's combined now 56-30 on basketball sides the last couple months. So don't sleep on college, but don't sleep on the NBA either at WagerTalk.com.
All right. Love it, guys. Again, $9 packages all week long. Customer Appreciation Week. Get it done at WagerTalk.com. All right, guys, let's start. Speaking of hot, huh? Our contrarian play of the day, game of the day. Cha-ching, another winner yesterday here on the show as we looked at the Washington Wizards without Russell Westbrook, getting a whole lot of points heading in that direction against the Bulls at home. Bulls laying 4.5, even 5 in some places at some point. 2 out of 3 of us on the show yesterday backed the Wizards. Loved the contrarian play, and it turned out to be pretty profitable as they won outright. 16-6 now on the season here with the contrarian play of the day. And the game we're looking at here tonight, man, we're going to go out west. We're going to look at that Sacramento Kings game now getting 5 points. It seems to be creeping up in some places. I'm even seeing 5.5 as a lot of tickets and a lot of love coming for the 76ers here. Now, don't tell anybody, Ski, but it appears Sacramento, we knew they could score. They play a little defense, and they can win some games. So the love is coming all Philadelphia's way. I don't know. Are you willing to get in front of that Sacramento train? Are you going to go contrarian and say, give me the home dog? Or are you going to back the market and go with the 76ers?
Well, you kind of nailed it right there, Joe. Kings, they've only covered 8 in a row. And what's the reason they're able to? And they've won 7 of the 8 games. They won 4 in a row. What's the reason they've been able to win games? Because they're finally playing some defense. Over the last 5 games, I know they were kind of like last or second last. Now they're up to 10th defensive rated team. And 76ers, home and road. I mean, this year they're 6-5. It's not terrible. Last year they were 12-26. But compared to the 11-2 at home, that's not the same Sixers team. And until Sacramento stops playing well, till De'Aaron Fox stops balling, I'll be looking that way. So I'm with you. I'll take the Kings plus the 5 points.
Yeah, I mean, the love is, it keeps coming, Tony Mejia, towards Philadelphia's way, but there's no denying current form. Sacramento's hot, man. Which way are you leaning here, towards the market or towards the contrarian?
Well, I probably won't touch this game, but I would lean contrarian simply because I don't trust the Sixers on the road to hold leads when you're laying points, because they send Ben Simmons to the free throw line, and he's not a very good free throw shooter. I'm also concerned with if you're Philadelphia, who's defending De'Aaron Fox. He's getting anywhere he wants of late, and I think they're going to throw Danny Green at him, I guess, right? So not exactly the type of defender that excels against De'Aaron Fox, given his quickness and the fact that he's really developed a confident stroke from beyond the arc. That's made the difference over the past few games where he's become a closer. And it's fantastic to see because he's on my fantasy team. Really enjoy, probably a top 5 guy as to enjoying watching him just ball out. The way he's able to really use his quickness to get to the rim when he wants to. Really has come into his own this season. Maybe talking about a borderline all-star there. So I would take Sacramento over Philadelphia if I'm touching the game.
Merrill, I don't know. It just feels like we got to sprinkle a little something on the money line here with Sacramento at this point. It is the Sixers on the road after all, but how do you see it? You agree with the market move, or do you think the home dog is the way to go?
Yeah, normally I would be looking to fade a team, Joe, that's won 4 in a row as an underdog. And as Ski said, they've won 7 of the last 8 overall. They've covered all 8, but the last 4 have all been straight-up underdog wins. So you're basically asking them to win a 5th straight game in a row as an underdog here. And I wish we had the human database on Ralph Michaels, because I bet it's a pretty small sample set, by the way, to even look at for how teams do in that spot. But, normally, Joe, the reason that is a good angle to play against is because the public starts jumping on board the hot team and the line value is no longer there. But like you said, this line has risen today a point or two. So I'm not sure it applies as much. And I do think Sacramento's bought into that defensive intensity. I say all the time on the show, defense is about intensity and being focused and wanting to play hard-nosed defense. The Kings all of a sudden want to do that. So I'm not going to jump in front of this team right now, catching, a couple baskets, 2.5 baskets here at home. And as Ski pointed out, Philadelphia has been a bad road team the last couple of years. And it's not that their road record is a little bit below 500. It's that dichotomy between the home and road results. They've been much worse offensively, shooting-wise, also on the road. So this game's a pass for me. I can make cases for it against both sides. But as I mentioned, normally I don't want to team off 4 straight dog wins, but I'm not sure that angle really applies to Sacramento in this one.
All right, there you go. Contrarian angle of the day, guys. The game, we are looking at the Sacramento Kings here, getting 5 right now, 5.5 even creeping up in the marketplaces right now as you guys are watching this live, taking on the Sixers tonight on the West Coast. All right, let's go to one of our featured games here, and we'll head to the West Coast as well. We'll look at the Celtics traveling to Utah, taking on the Jazz, arguably the, one of the best team in the NBA right now, current form. Absolutely red hot. They got the best record in the league. They got the best record against the spread in the league, 17-6-1. They're 14-1-1 against the number in their last 16. I mean, they are just absolutely crazy. And, oh, yeah, they're 8-0-1 against the number when they play against the Eastern Conference. So here we go with the Celtics. Not sure who's healthy, who's not. Is Jaylen Brown going to go? The number opened up at 4.5. The total is 220.5 where it opened. Tony Mejia, I'm coming to you, man. This is a tough spot to back Boston in, but I don't know. How do you see this going down tonight?
Right. I'm going with Utah and hoping that to get in before the Jaylen Brown news comes in, because if he's going to play, I think you'll see the Celtics get at least a point. If he's not going to play, you're going to be laying a lot more with Utah. So you might have to guess on this one. Brown is dealing with a knee issue that has kept him out of the last few games. Kemba Walker still doesn't look like himself. He's slowly getting there. But Peyton Pritchard, I think, off the bench changed the last Celtics game. He's really given them a boost. But beyond that, you've really got a team that's still Brad Stevens is molding together. Tristan Thompson got injured, came back. So he's in the mix. They had a COVID outbreak. So Daniel Tice missed some time. It's really, obviously, Jason Tatum got the coronavirus, so he looks like his normal self right now. But without Jaylen Brown, you really can't trust him against what has been the best team in the NBA this year. I think, for my money, Quinn Snyder is the runaway choice for Coach of the Year. And even without Mike Conley available, they should be able to take care of Boston.
It's been a long stretch here for the Celtics. Steve Merrill, 2 R's, 1 L. I'm seeing 6s now across the board. Seems to be the number that's holding fast. I don't know. Is it Utah or not for you in this game?
I think you could actually make a case for the underdog here with Boston. When the season began, I think a lot of people thought Boston was a better team among these two, and obviously they have not been. And, reality is what's more important right now than what expectations were. But I still think we're going to get some value point with the Celtics, especially in focus spots. And look, they're 3-1 off their last 4 losses straight up, but they're 4-0 against the spread off their last 4 losses. So we don't need them to win this game, and they could definitely cover here, getting 6 points, 3 baskets plus here in this game. And also put a little asterisk next to that Phoenix game. That was a tough spot. They're coming off the big upset win against the Clippers. They traveled. They've really been a zigzag recently. They had the Golden State win, and they had the no-rest loss at a good Sacramento team, as we just talked about. They bounced back with that upset win of the Clippers. I think it was a bad spot once again at Phoenix the other night. They only shot 35.5%, but they are rested. And guess what? Utah's actually been better on the road this year. They've been good at home, but they've been as good, if not better, on the road, which is unusual for an altitude team. And I'm not sure this is a great scheduling spot for them, as they just finished a 3-game road trip. It's only their second home game in the last 7. So if you're looking to buck this red-hot Utah team, this might be the spot tonight. But also, it would not surprise me if they ran away with a double-digit win. They are playing excellent ball, but I think you can make a case for the Celtics getting 6 here.
What about it, Ski? I mean, how much does Jaylen Brown play into your equation here, one way or the other in this matchup?
First of all, they've been playing really well, but they're not the best team in the league. Settle down, Joe.
Woo!
And as far as without Jaylen Brown, I have the numbers right here. Celtics without Jaylen Brown the past 3 years, 16-8-1 against the spread.
Wow.
So Celtics still continue to roll without him. And I look at this game. If Celtics can be okay as far as on the boards, because they're not going to get that, or they got to either make a lot of their shots or get rebounds, because they're not going to get a lot of second chances. Utah leads the league in defensive rebounds, mostly because of Gobert. And but outside of that, I want to say usually when something looks too easy in the NBA, it's kind of it is. Like, and that's what I think in this game. It looks too easy to just pick Utah, and I think the dog can get it done in this game. That's all I got to say.
All right, man. You're liking Boston. Got a couple of Boston fans here on the show today. Be interested to see exactly what you guys think about this next game when we're talking Miami Heat taking on the New York Knicks. Kind of this little back-to-back mini-series here. The Heat took them down just a couple days ago, 109-103. Now they're home, Miami. It opens up at a 6.5 number. 208.5 is what it opened up for a total. So, Steve, I'm going to come to you, man. You on this show have certainly made some money backing the Knicks in this kind of spot. Being a dog, it was a tight matchup just a couple of days ago. How do you see it working out tonight?
Yeah, and the other spot, as you know, Joe, that I've used on both this and the college basketball show have been these quick turnaround head-to-head revenge situations. I always, by default, look to play the team that lost the first game, and also kind of look for an opposite result on the over-under. We talked about the Nets on that 16-1 overrun headed into last weekend. That only game that had gone under was that quick back-and-back against the Heat. They had a shootout and then a low-scoring game. So you do kind of have to take a zigzag contrarian perspective. And with the Knicks coming off a loss and the quick turnaround being the better defensive team, I would lean that way for this reason. I mean, I do think the line is short. At some point, Miami's going to start playing up to the potential. They were the Eastern Conference champs last year, and they're just 9-14 on the season. I did feel they were overvalued coming in, but I didn't feel like they were going to be a 9-14 team. So, the Knicks 11-14, that's probably where they should be. So I do think at some point we're going to get some value with the Heat, but I'm not sure this is the play on spot for them. I think the situation is good for the Knicks and the quick revenge spot being the better defensive dog.
Ski there. The market's holding strong, 6.5, 209, somewhere right in that ballpark in this game. There is no doubt it's been a long stretch here for Miami, health-wise, COVID issues, but they did seem to put it together here as of late. How much do you trust them in this spot?
I don't really. And I mean, I agree with Steve that at some point the Heat are going to roll. And the problem I have with them is just when you pop the screen on me, I'm looking to the side because I got to see who's in the lineup. There's no continuity with the lineup. And I think that's just a problem. Until they start to get that, I don't want to trust them to win by margin. And they're also in a spot that I like to fade rested home teams that won their last game as a favorite, but they had to come back from down double digits to do so. And those teams are 17 and 37 against the spread. And those games also usually go over. So I'll back the Knicks in the over.
I'll go with the Knicks. Do I need to bring up Derrick Rose here, Tony? Do I need to bring it up? Do I? No? Influencing you? Yes, no?
Not tonight, because I don't think he's going to play.
Yeah.
So he will be in the mix. Now, does he influence Alfred Payton and Emmanuel Quickly? I think yes, because those guys are going to get their playing time cut in with Tom Thibodeau favorite now joining the roster. I was on the Heat and the over on Super Bowl Sunday for this game, so it was one of my saving graces on an otherwise terrible day because both came in. Reggie Bullock hit, I think, 6 threes in the opening half to really get the total where I wanted it, because otherwise the game really slowed down. So this is an immediate rematch for the Knicks. I think it's key to get Nerlens Noel back in the mix. He's questionable. Has really done a nice job anchoring their second team defense. And if he can be there as the backup to Mitchell Robinson, then the Knicks will be able to better defend Bam Adebayo inside. The Heat play through him an awful lot. Jimmy Butler looks now like his normal self after his COVID issues. They won't have Goran Dragic tonight, but Tyler Hero is now back off to coming off the bench in the 6th-man role. They're starting Kendrick Nunn instead of Dragic, so I think they should be fine there. For me, it's the Heat or nothing else. I'm really trusting them to push the on button and get flowing here shortly, because the one reason why they haven't been able to find any continuity has been because of the virus and because of tracing issues. So now that those are probably behind them for the most part, I think you'll see Miami live up to expectations.
Yeah, it's, I'm seeing a lot of 6.5s popping up too as well. So that seems to be the direction it's going in the marketplace. A lot of money, a lot of love heading towards the Heat direction here in that matchup. All right, guys, before we get to our overtime, would be a good opportunity just to remind you, $9 Customer Appreciation Week. Packages, best $9, guys, right now, all week long at WagerTalk.com. That means you can head over to Ski's page, Tony Mejia, also Steve Merrill, 2 R's with 1 L. Head over there. Packages all week, just $9, guys. Their way of saying thank you very much for being so supportive over all throughout a crazy football season. Hell, it's just been crazy altogether here over the last year and a half. So we appreciate it. $9. Take advantage. Head over to WagerTalk.com today. All right, let's take a look at this overtime game. And boy, oh boy, this number just kept going up and up and up. It opened up somewhere around that 220 and a half mark. Now I'm seeing 226 and a half. So apparently we're expecting a lot of points. The good old Houston Rockets again and the New Orleans Pelicans as, wow, what a swing this is. You don't often see a 6-point total swing in the NBA like this, but that's where we find ourselves, Ski. So talk to me, my man. You agree with the move, and is it high enough in your mind?
I agree with the move. I think it's the values might be gone, but I still think it goes over. I got in on this game actually at 222. So I looked at it earlier in the game. I'm capping it. I see 221. I do a little work. I see 222. I say, I'm not going to play. I'm getting in now. So I like these teams to run. Houston plays at a fast pace. They got their guys that they want to have in the lineup today. And Pelicans, they've been winning some games. I think they have more success if they play faster. So I think they'll invite pace. And I think this one goes over.
Interesting. Steve Merrill, man, what are you going to do in this game? It does feel like this is going to be in the 230s, if not 240s, no?
Yeah, I mean, the only concern, I guess, is that Houston's an under team all of a sudden. They've gone under 4 straight games. The big concern I have is their offense. They have shot 43% or worse in 3 of those last 4 unders. They scored 106 or less in 3 of those 4. So you got to really hope the Pelicans don't show up defensively, because Houston is not shooting good offensively right now. But New Orleans is an over team right now. I mean, we talked about it last week. They'd gone over, what was it, like 7 or 8 straight. They kind of zigzagged the last few games, only 1 over out of 4. There was a push there. So I'm actually a little less excited about this over as I've been on some others on the show. I think, you could make a case that these teams maybe are going to start having some undervalue in the near future.
All right, Tony, I mean, it looks like John Wall tonight, Eric Gordon back in the lineup. We know Christian Wood obviously still hurt, but is it high enough in your opinion right now at 226.5?
I had it at 228. So from that standpoint, I don't think it's high enough. At the same time, I could talk up the under in this one. You've got Eric Bledsoe and Lonzo Ball trying to stay in front of John Wall. And if Wall has a poor shooting night, I think the fact that the Rockets have struggled to score without Christian Wood over the past few games kind of plays into this one. I'm concerned with how Houston is going to keep Zion Williamson from doing whatever he wants in the paint, in which case then you kind of would favor the over, because I think he'll score efficiently. What DeMarcus Cousins do we get tonight? That plays a huge role with Wood out, because you figure that Cousins will get 25 plus minutes in this one. But it is a second night of a back-to-back situation. So how much does he have left in the tank? Lots to consider in this game. But total wise, I would prefer to be where Ski is, getting in at 222. If I'm looking at it at 226, might want it to go up a little more and then go under.
It sounds like a prop Boogie Cousins under night here in a lot of situations there, but we'll see.
You might get a middle.
Yeah, we're going to see exactly what they got here with their best bets, guys, because it is time for our buzzer beater segment, where you guys know how it works. We'll put 60 seconds on the clock. We'll give each of these guys the opportunity to lay out a best bet. Now, the 60 seconds is theirs. They can do whatever they want with it, as long as they make sure they give us a best bet and don't go over the 60 seconds. Otherwise, we buzz their ass and shut them down. Exactly correct, what we're going to do. So you will be amazed on Ski's how fluid he has been here. I mean, nothing but wrist, nothing but net. So, Ski, we're going to start with you, man. Here we go. Buzzer beater best bets tonight. Put 60 seconds on the clock. What do you got for us, brother? Where are you going tonight?
Well, I did want to give my boy Ronald a shout out, and I did forget to mention, he brought this stat up to me about the game we talked about a little earlier. Look out for teams who play Milwaukee Bucks next. They don't usually show up the game before. 0-8 the last 8, so that's just a note. And for my best bet, I'm gonna go to a game that probably majority of people don't like. I think majority of people like the other side, so I'll probably be by myself here, and it's gonna be against the Miami Heat. I don't think until I see it, I mean, I'm not gonna believe it. And they're in one of those spots, like I said, that I like to fade. Those rested home teams that won but had to come back double digits, and I'm not quite sure that they win by margin. My number that I have for this game is closer to 3. So I'll happily grab the Knicks at 6.
Oh, my word. Did you guys see that? That was impressive. Very nice. I don't know that I'm going to agree with you on that one, but The market certainly isn't, Ski, but you know what? Nothing but net there. So congratulations, you're in. We got a best bet number 1. All right, Mejia, you got it. 60 seconds on the clock. Don't brick it, man. Where are you going here tonight?
I'm riding with the under in the Jazz and the Celtics. Merrill hinted at it a little bit that this is going to be a rare home game for Utah. They've been on the West Coast, on the East Coast over the last few games. Did a nice job in Indiana defensively the other night to get another victory. So they're really playing soundly and have overcome Mike Conley's injury. He won't be in there tonight. You would like to have his ball pressure against Kemba Walker, but they have the savvy with Joe Ingles probably playing more minutes to get the job done against Boston. The Celtics scored just 91 points the other night against Phoenix. That's their second lowest scoring output of the season. They have the under is 5-2 in their last 7 games. There's altitude to deal with. They're on their last leg of a long road trip on the West Coast. So we'll see how much steam and they have in the fourth quarter. I think ultimately we will get a lower scoring game than expected. I saw the number at 220. Looking at about a 105-98 type score. Give me the under.
Wow. Look at oh my word, that was impressive, my man. All right, very nice. 2 for 2 now, which means, Merrill, you're going to screw it up. That's what it basically means. 60 seconds, we all know it. Just keep seated. Nobody wants to see your green pants. We know you're wearing it. It's already out. 60 seconds, brother. Go ahead, tell us where you're going.
No, it was laundry weekend. You got the black MC Hammer top on for you, and I didn't go green. I actually do have a matching green top for those green pants, but I figured the public wasn't ready for the all green look quite yet, so we're taking it in stages. I'm going to look at a game we did not talk about. I think we almost covered every game on the board now tonight. I'm going to look at the San Antonio Spurs minus Golden State Warriors at Spurs. The best bet is Warriors. I misspoke there. Warriors against the Spurs. Golden State minus is the play. I missed with them last night. I won the college play, but I missed the last night, and it was on the Warriors. But I like them to bounce tonight. I still think they're the much better offensive team here. You look at the last 5 games or so, San Antonio's shot 43% or less in 3 of their last 4. Golden shot 46, 47% better in 4 of their last 5. So much better team. Quick revenge, bounce back situation like I talked about with the Knicks earlier. So Golden State Warriors -1, and I feel something burning here in the final few seconds.
Brick!
Oh my God!
No, Brick, dude, you're throwing Brick. What is this? He's throwing Brick. Watch his ass! Oh my God, it's terrible. Oh my!
What is it? A basketball game?
My skin has been tattooed on me. That's how much I care about the show.
Let's watch the replay if we could here, real quick. What did we? Oh yeah, nothing. I'm sorry, man. Total brick. That's awful. Absolutely awful. All right, guys, recap one more time. Merrill, where do you get these clothes? It's unbelievable. Recap, Ski. He's going Knicks. Give me 6. He's Tony Mejia. He's going under 220 in this Celtics Jazz matchup tonight. Merrill, I think, in between clothes and wardrobe changes and shooting bricks, somewhere in there I heard Warriors laying 1 in a revenge spot against San Antonio in a back-to-back. And Merrill's got some sort of, is that a pumpkin? What is that you are wearing? What is that? Oh, there it is. Brick. Yep, typical. Yep, absolute brick. Appreciate it, though, guys. Make sure you go see Ski. Tony Mejia, Steve Merrill needs some clothes. $9, guys. It is Customer Appreciation Week. Help him out, will you? Help him out. Head over to WagerTalk.com and go ahead and do it. Best bets, just $9 all week long at WagerTalk. Just our way of saying thank you very much for the support. So on behalf of Ski Prophet, Tony Mejia, and Steve, please keep your clothes on. Merrill, I'm Joe Ranieri, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow. Hit that bell in the upper right-hand corner. Don't forget, contrarian play of the day. If you're just joining us, we're going Sacramento Kings +5 tonight in that matchup as it continues to rise against the Philadelphia 76ers. Best of luck, guys. We'll talk to you again tomorrow here on Wager Talk TV. Good luck.
By popular demand, it is back. The NBA. Wager Talk Stat Sheet. Can you analyze the NBA with just 1 page of information? I think you can. And that's why the Stat Sheet was devised. It gives you year-to-date stats for every team playing that evening, broken up both home and away and overall on the season. And most importantly, it takes the last 2 weeks. There are many ebbs and flows in an NBA season, but looking at how a team has done the last 2 weeks, straight up, against the spread, and over-under is important. I've added an extra feature, though. Points scored, points allowed, average line, and average total. Having an ATS or over-under number is important, but knowing by how much that team has covered those games or how much the team went over or under the total, even more important. I also add a free Best Bet Daily. The NBA WagerTalk stat sheet, free daily. You go to WagerTalk.com, go to the Ralph Michaels page, and do not handicap an NBA